guys, Rika here, and today I'm going to show you how to get the first song for the flute, which is 1 2 3 1 2 3. Don't worry, this is not super complicated and you don't need to have any musical ability whatsoever. We'll be heading all the way to checkpoint number 7, and we're going to shop number 3, which is also hidden room number 6. I suggest using infantile mode or exploration mode as it's called now, just because it's going to make this run a lot faster, but it is not necessary. If you don't need my guidance to make it to checkpoint number 7, see the timestamps below and skip to checkpoint number 7. The rainbow clouds in exploration mode make the level much easier to traverse, and you don't have to worry about things like being stunned every time your toe touches water. I'm going to just play through this up to checkpoint number 7 on exploration mode, basically the quickest route to that checkpoint. If you don't want to follow along, go ahead and skip to checkpoint number 7 in the timestamps. I am numbering the checkpoints according to the route on the wiki page so that you can reference that easily, and that is linked below in the description. But the checkpoints will not be numbered from 1 to 7. That's why you just saw checkpoint number 3 after checkpoint number 1. There is actually another checkpoint that I bypassed because there's no point in going around and getting all of the extras for this run. This part is pretty straightforward. You just avoid the assassins as much as you possibly can, and after you drop down to the checkpoint, you're going to ride the raft along the river and just defeat the assassins whenever they spawn until you crash land. If you are unlucky enough to fall off the rainbows like I did, just make sure that you're following the rocks through the water and do not touch the water, because every time you do, you're going to faceplant. For no apparent reason. From checkpoint number 7, make a right, then another right. You will know that you're in the right place if the river ahead of you looks like a Frogger level. You want to drop down instead of taking the rainbow bridge here, because we're not going to be entirely crossing the river. If you look at the end of the waterfall, there's a ledge on the left-hand side. That's where we want to get to. Just ride this log all the way down until you see the rocks on the left-hand side. And when you get to the rocks and jump, be very careful and make sure that you're aiming for the very center of the rock, because if you hit just a little bit of water, you'll be stunned and go over the cliff. After the spout, we're jumping onto this tiny ledge on the cliff face, and we want to follow along that to the platform down below. From this ledge, we're going to make a left and start jumping up the wall. Take your time here if you need to. You can always try to jump again unless you're way overdoing it and falling off of the cliff. The first time I did this, it probably took me a good 20 tries. Also, I do find it a lot easier to make these jumps onto the smaller ledges with a character who is smaller and not wearing any kind of armor that kind of obfuscates where her feet are. Once you make it up to the platform from the bouncing mushroom, the flowers are going to take you straight to the next area, just don't deviate. Use this bouncing mushroom to get up to the next ledge, and the shop will be right in front of you. For World 2 Zone 1, this is shop number 3 and hidden room number 6. There's a stump in the front right corner on the right-hand side of the fireplace. This is a stump you need to interact with in order to learn the song, and then you need to play the song on your flute. Equip the flute first while you're standing right here in front of the stump. Then start playing the first note and wait for the sound to start before you start playing the subsequent notes. You'll know you're successful when a glowing face appears on the floor. If the glowing face did not appear on the floor and you have not learned this song previously, stay in this room and try it again. I'd hate to see you leave and then have to return later because you didn't actually learn it. As always, thank you for watching. Drop me a comment down below and let me know what you'd like to see next. And stay tuned for songs 2 and 3.